One function that's important to many companies is the ability to send statements to their customers showing the status of their accounts. Statements are printed through the Accounts Receivable module by selecting Print Statements. Once you have selected Print Statements, you have several options. You can print just one statement for any specific account. You can print all statements, which will allow you to print statements for everybody on your system that has invoices that have been put on your system. You can print statements only for customers that have past due invoices, and you can print statements for a group of customers based on the customer type. You also have the ability to print credit and interest statements, which are statements for customers that don't have invoices but only have finance charges or credit memos or debit memos. Let's go ahead and take a look at the print one statement option. And you'll notice that when you select any of the print statement options, you have a few choices that you need to select. First, you can include orders that have been marked as sales. When you create an order, it can be marked as an order or as a sale. If you want to see everything on the invoices, whether it's marked as an order or a sale, select yes. If you only want to see the orders that have been marked as sales, then you'd select no. You also have the option of whether or not to show paid invoices on your statements. Perhaps you want to send your customers a statement that shows all the activity on their account, in which case you would select yes. And then when you select yes to show paid invoices, you'll be prompted for the number of days that you want to go back and show paid invoices for. And then finally, statements are always printed to the default Windows printer. So if you need to change that before we print the statements, you can do that at this point. When you've got the right printer selected, you can select yes. And in this case, since we selected print one statement, we'll be asked for the customer account number. We can type that in or select it from the pick list. If we had selected customer type, we'd be prompted for the customer type here. And let's go ahead and look at the statement on the screen. On the statement, you'll see that we have a list of the invoices for that customer for the date range, or for the unpaid or for the paid invoices, we only see them for the date range, going back as the number of days that we specified. We see any outstanding debit or credit memos for that customer's account, and then at the bottom we also see an account summary, which includes finance charges that are new, as well as prior finance charges, and finally the aging summary here, current, over 30, etc., with all of the balance for this particular customer falling in the over 90 category. You'll also notice that here we have a message that prints, and that message is user definable by you, and it's based on the aging period. We'll take a look in just a moment at defining the aging periods and defining the message that prints on the statement with each aging period. But again, you can print statements by any of those options, or only print statements for customers that don't have invoices. Let's look quickly at that definition of your aging periods and the message that you want to print on your invoices. If you select the definitions module and look at the AR aging periods, you'll see that we allow you to define your own aging periods with whatever set of days you want, and that you can define your own message for each of those aging periods, and then that becomes the message that you'll see on the statements for customers that fall in that period. Going back to accounts receivable, the next option that we have is to print invoices. When reprinting invoices, the first option that you need to select is whether you want to reprint alphabetically by product ID or by original entry order. This is in reference to the order that the line items will appear on the invoices. You have the choice of whether or not to show customer payments and the current amount due on the invoices. And then again, the warning that if you're printing more than one invoice, they'll be sent to the default printer, and so you need to go ahead and set the default printer to be the printer you want your invoices to go out to. When you've done that, you can select yes. And now we have the next set of options for reprinting invoices. And this is the selection for which invoices we want to print. You can print all invoices sorted by customer, so all the invoices grouped together by the customer that they're assigned to. You can print all invoices for a date range, in which case you would be prompted for the date range that you want to print invoices for. Go ahead and abort that. You can print invoices, all of the invoices for a specific customer account, in which case you'd be prompted for the customer account, or you can print a specific invoice, one invoice number, or a range of invoices. Let's go ahead and select a specific invoice, and we'll key in an invoice number and you can see we can send it to the printer or we can view it on the screen.